Hello and welcome in this online video lecture series for the subject C303, that is surveying. So till now we have studied that what is surveying, what are the various principles of surveying, what are the different types of surveying, how we do chain surveying, how chaining is done, what is compass surveying, how compass surveying is done, and in the last video we saw what is local attraction and how the error are eliminated in the traverse if there is some local attraction. We have also seen how bearings are designated. There were two methods for designation of bearing, that is WCB, that is called as whole circle bearing, and quadrantal bearing system. So we also saw two different types of bearings, that is forward bearings and back bearing. So we saw that if the difference between forward bearing and back bearing is not of 180°, so there will be local attraction at that station or at that line. So in this video we will see a new method for surveying, that is plane table surveying. So how plane table surveying is different from the other methods which we have studied, that all we will see in this video. What is the importance of plane table surveying, what are the disadvantages of plane table surveying, all this we will see in this video. So in this video we will see, first we will see general introduction, that what is plane table surveying, why plane table surveying is done, and how plane table surveying is different from the other two methods. Next we will see what are the different accessories or instruments are required while plane tabling, or in plane table surveying what are the different instruments are used. Next we will see working operations, that what are the basic operations or basic activity that we will perform before starting the survey. Next we will see what are the different methods of plane tabling, that is how plane table surveying is done, how we can locate the point, how we can locate the point on the ground to the tape on the paper, or how we can transfer the point from paper to the ground. That all we will see in the different methods of plane tabling. So plane tabling is a graphical method of survey in which the field observations and plotting proceed simultaneously. So in this method, that is plane table method, two processes will go simultaneously. That is, first is the field observations and plotting. What is this? We will understand later. And it is means of making a manuscript map in the field while the ground can be seen by a topographer and without intermediate steps of recording and transcribing field notes. So basically how plane table is different. So in the last two methods that we saw, that is chain surveying and compass surveying, first we do survey on the field and we collect some data. Then the collected data is brought to the office and we do some works, that is we calculate the included angles in the last compass surveying, we corrected some errors in chain surveying. So basically first of all we collected a data from field and then we come to the office and we perform some paperwork. But in this plane table we will do both these processes will go simultaneously. What? The field observation, that means collection of data, and the paperwork, both these work will go simultaneously at the field. So प्लेन टेबल सर्विंग में क्या डिफरेंस है पिछले दो मेथड से? प्लेन टेबल सर्विंग ऐसा मेथड है जिसमें कि हम कलेक्शन ऑफ डेटा और जो मैप हम प्रिपेयर करेंगे वो साइमल्टेनियसली होगा. जैसे कि चेन सर्विंग और कंपास सर्विंग में हमने देखा था हम फील्ड से कुछ डेटा कलेक्ट करते थे. जैसे कि चेन सर्विंग में हमने कुछ लेंस मेजर करी थी, फिर उसका करेक्शंस हमने ऑफिस में करा था, मीन्स पेपर वर्क था वो. एंड इन कंपास सर्विंग में हमने कुछ बेयरिंग्स कैलकुलेट करते थे फील्ड पे और फिर उन बेयरिंग्स की मदद से हम कुछ इंक्लूडेड एंगल्स कैलकुलेट करते थे. उसमें हमने देखा था एरर्स भी हम रिमूव करते थे. बट प्लेन टेबल सर्विंग में ऐसा नहीं होगा. प्लेन टेबल सर्विंग में हम फील्ड पे ही मैप प्रिपेयर करेंगे और ये दोनों प्रोसेस साइमल्टेनियसली होगा, मतलब साथ में चलेगा. कलेक्शन ऑफ डेटा भी चलता रहेगा साथ में एंड जो मैप जो प्रिपेयर होगा वो भी साथ ही साथ प्रिपेयर होता रहेगा प्लेन टेबल सर्विंग में. सो बेसिक डिफरेंस जो है प्लेन टेबल सर्विंग और बाकी मेथड्स में, इसमें ऑफिस वर्क नहीं होता है और वेरी लेस ऑफिस वर्क इन्वॉल्व होता है. सो बोथ दिस प्रोसेस विल गो साइमल्टेनियसली, कलेक्शन ऑफ डेटा एंड प्रिपरेशन ऑफ मैप. So while doing plane table surveying, a number of instruments are required. So we will see one by them. All these instruments are listed here. The first instrument, or the very important instrument in plane table surveying, is the plane table that we will use. So the very first instrument is the plane table with a leveling head. Second is alidade for sighting. So alidade is nothing but just a scale type of instrument with a sighting device. So that we will see how it is used. Next is plumbing fork and plumb bob. This plumb bob we have seen in the chain surveying also. Next is spirit level. So when we are doing plane table surveying, so it is needed to the table to be leveled properly. So it is leveled by using an instrument called as spirit level. Essentially, this consists of some bubble mechanism. This is spirit level. So this we have seen in previous surveyings also. And next is a compass. Compass is basically used for orientation and some other purpose also. So we have seen compass also. Generally we use a trough compass in plane table surveying. So the last is drawing paper with a rainproof cover. So all the drawing that we will do, as we have seen that the collection of data and the drawing of map will go simultaneously. So we need a drawing paper to draw. So all these instruments are required. The first is the plane table with a leveling head, alidade for sighting, plumbing fob and plumb bob, spirit level, compass and drawing paper with a rainproof cover. So all these instruments are required. So the very first instrument and one of the important basic instrument of plane table surveying is plane table, sir. Plane table. So these are the different instruments which are used in plane table. Plane table consists of a drawing board made of well seasoned wood. So this essentially is a plane table. This board which is kept. This is plane table. So this plane table is made of well seasoned wood. So what is the meaning of well seasoned? So seasoning is the process of removal of moisture from the wood. So basically this table should be free from moisture. So next is the board is mounted on the tripod when required for plane table surveying. So basically this plane table, this is mounted over a tripod. So this tripod you can see here that this is the tripod over which this table is mounted. So this can be rotated on vertical axis, and this can be mounted also by having some joint or other mechanism. The size of the board is generally 0.75 meter into 0.6 meter. So basically the length of this board is 0.75 meter and the breadth is 0.6 meter. This is the size in general. And the thickness of the board is about 20 mm. The thickness of this board is about 20 mm. Basically there are three types of plane table which are generally used in surveying. So the very first is the traverse table, second is the Johnson table, and the last is a coast survey table. All these three tables have different uses and are used at different places according to the situation or the requirement. Coast survey table is superior as compared to the two types and is generally used for work of high precision. So when there is a work of high precision where accuracy is of utmost importance, so at that survey, coast survey table is used. Why coast survey table is used? Because the leveling of the table is done very accurately with the help of 3-foot screws. That is why the coast survey table is used where high degree of precision is required. So the next important instrument that is used in the plane table surveying is the alidades. So alidade is a straight ruler having some sighting device. It is used for sighting the objects and drawing the lines. So basically the important function of alidade is to draw the line by seeing the object. We will see the object with the help of this alidade and we will mark some lines or mark the object on the paper. So how it is marked we will see. So basically alidades are of two types. The very first one is the plain alidades. So basically plain alidade can be of wood or some metal. So it consists of two vanes at both the ends. these are two veins. This is the first vein and this is the second vein. So it consists of two veins, among which one is consists of a small slit and one is open. Okay, so basically what we will do, we will see from here and we will sight the object from this side to the from one end to the another end, and then we will make the line of sight of this LED to the coincide with the object, and then we will mark the line on this ruler. Okay, so what basically we will do in the LED, we will pass the line of sight of this LED with the object that we have to mark, or that we want to locate on our map. Next we have the second part, that is the telescope LED. So this basically consists of a telescope. So basically this telescope LED is basically used when the line of sight to be sighted is inclined, because the inclined line of sight can't be taken in this plane LED. So basically telescope LED are used when the line of sight is inclined. One more advantage of telescope LED is the range. We can cover more range as there is one telescope mechanism. So basically telescope LED is more superior to this plane LED, but when the work is less or when the range of work is required very less, so we'll use plane LEDs. Otherwise, when line of sight is inclined or the range of the work is more, then we will use telescope LED. Next in the list is plumbing fork. So plumbing fork is used in large scale works when a scale of work is large or the range of the work is large, so we will use plumbing fork. So basically plumbing fork is used for centering the table over the point or station occupied by the plane table when plotted position of that point is already known on the sheet. This we will see. Next, also in the beginning of the work, it is meant for transferring the ground point onto the sheet. So basically these both are different forms of plumbing fork. So basically plumbing fork is nothing but a hairpin like instrument. This is a hairpin like instrument made of this is very light metal, and both these arms are equal in length. So what actually we do, basically there are two functions of this plumbing fork. First, it is written in the second point, it is used for centering the table over the point or station occupied by the plane table when plotted position of that point is already known on the sheet. So what is this? Suppose you have drawn some map on this sheet. Here is sheet and this is a point. Suppose this is the point. So what if you want to transfer this point onto the ground? So you will put this plumbing fork, the one end of the limb here at this point, and the other will direct you to the ground and will give you this point on the ground. So where you can locate this point on the ground. So this you can locate by using plumbing fork. Another thing that you can do is you can transfer the point from ground to the plumbing fork. Also in the beginning of the work, it is meant for transferring the ground point onto the sheet. Suppose if you want to transfer this ground point, right, this is some point, this you are having some point this, okay, and if you want to look at this point here, so you will use this plumbing fork. You will put one end of plumbing fork here, and then you will mark this point on the sheet here, somewhat here. So basically plumbing fork is used for transferring the point from ground to the sheet or transferring the point from sheet to the ground. Basically these are the two forms of plumbing fork. This is a hairpin like instrument. It is made of very light metal, and both these limbs or the arms are equal in length. So some other instruments are also required in plane table surveying. Some of these are, the very first one is the spirit level. So basically spirit level is used for ascertaining if the table is properly level. That means this spirit level is just used for leveling the table. This essentially consists of a horizontal flat base so that it can be properly placed on the table. Here it consists of a bubble using by which you can level the table. So how the table is leveled? So that table is leveled by placing the level on the board in two positions at right angles. So this spirit level is placed at two different positions at right angles and getting the bubble center in both the positions. So basically we put this spirit level in two different positions, and both these positions are at right angles, and at both the positions we get the bubble in the center position, so the table is leveled. Next we have is compass. So basically compass is the very basic instrument that we have also seen in the previous videos in compass surveying. We also saw how some errors are eliminated. So basically we have seen this numerical, this instrument, that is compass. So basically compass is used for orienting the plane table to magnetic north. What is orienting? We will see in the next slides. Orienting is one of the important operations that is performed before plane table survey is started. So we will see this in detail in the later slide. So basically the compass is used with the plane table is a trough compass. So this is trough compass. This is used in plane table survey. Apart from this, some other equipments or other accessories required are sheet of paper with some rainproof cover, so that you can study. So basically while we perform plane table surveying or we start the work of plane table surveying, so basically some operations are required that you will do every time when you will change the station or when you will perform the plane table surveying. So these operations are needed every time. So this consists first fixing, it is the fixing the table to the tripod. You need to fix you will need to fix the table to the tripod, the plane table that we saw in the previous slides. We also saw the tripod. Next is the setting of table. So basically setting also consists of some sub operations, that is some operations, that is labeling, orienting, and one more is there. All three we will study later, that will come in the setting, and the last one is the sighting the points. So all these three operations are needed when we are performing plane table surveying. So basically this consists of fixing. So fixing does the fixing of table onto the tripod. Second one is the setting. So setting also consists of three operations, that is first is the leveling, second is centering, and the third one is the orientation of table. So we will see all these 3 points later in the later slides, and the last one is the sighting of the point. We have seen that the plane table surveying work requires three basic operations. First one is the fixing of table onto the tripod. We have seen both that table, the wooden board, and the tripod on which the wooden board is fixed. So the very first operation is the fixing of table, the second is the setting, and the third one is the sighting the points. So in this slide we will see the setting operations in detail. So basically the very first operation that will be performed in the setting is the leveling. So for small scale work, leveling is done by estimation, but for the work of accuracy, when we are doing the surveying or when we are doing the work of very high degree of precision or very high degree of accuracy, so in that case we will take a spirit level. So the table is leveled by placing the spirit level in two positions on board at right angles and getting the bubble center in both directions. So the function of the spirit level we have also seen in the previous slide. So the leveling of the board is done by spirit level in case of the work of high degree of accuracy. When there is a low degree of accuracy, or when the work of survey is not of the degree of accuracy is not required, so we will do the leveling by just by estimation. Next one is centering. So the centering is the table should be so placed over the station on the ground that the point plotted on the sheet corresponding to the station occupied should be exactly over the station on ground. So whenever you are doing plane table surveying, so the point that is on the ground should be exactly lie over the point on the paper. So this you will do by using centering operation. So basically this is done by using plumbing fog that we have seen in the previous slide also, that what is the function of plumbing fog and how that points are transferred from the paper to the ground or from ground to the paper. So these transfer of points should be done properly by using centering. Last operation in the setting is orientation. So orientation is the process of putting the plane table into some fixed direction so that the line representing a certain direction on the plan is parallel to the direction on the ground. What orientation basically is. So if we will talk about the Hindi meaning of this word orientation, so basically orientation in Hindi is called as दिशा निर्धारण. हम जब भी किसी भी चीज का दिशा निर्धारित करते हैं तो उसको बोला जाता है ओरिएंटेशन. सो अगर हम किसी पॉइंट पे हमने प्लेन टेबल सर्वेइंग करा, वहां पे जो हमारे टेबल का डायरेक्शन था वो कुछ और था, और हमने अगर नेक्स्ट स्टेशन पे उसका डायरेक्शन कुछ और रखा, सो जो हमारा मैप जो हम प्रिपेयर कर रहे हैं वो डिस्टॉर्ट हो जाएगा. इसका मतलब कि क्या, जो मैप बना रहे हैं वो प्रॉपर मैप नहीं बन पाएगा. वाई? बिकॉज अगर मैंने एक स्टेशन पे डायरेक्शन कुछ और रखा, वहां मैंने एक लाइन ड्रॉ करी, और दूसरे स्टेशन पे जाके अगर लाइन या फिर जो मैप है उसका डायरेक्शन मैंने चेंज कर दिया, बोर्ड का डायरेक्शन मैंने चेंज कर दिया, तो मेरा मैप प्रॉपर नहीं बन पाएगा. दैट इज वाई जो डायरेक्शन है वो हमेशा में हमें एक ही डायरेक्शन रखना है. अगर मैंने एक पॉइंट पे नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन में टेबल को रख के वर्क किया है, तो नेक्स्ट स्टेशन पे जब मैं वर्क करूं वहां भी मुझे टेबल का जो डायरेक्शन है वो मुझे नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन में ही रखना होगा. सो ओरिएंटेशन हम कैसे करते हैं, हाउ वी विल परफॉर्म ओरिएंटेशन ऑपरेशंस, दैट वी विल सी इन नेक्स्ट स्लाइड. So as I told you that orientation is one of the important operation that we will perform while performing the plane table survey. So what orientation basically is, so orientation is just the fixing of direction. So this we can do by using two methods. The first method is orientation by rough compass. So when we will perform the surveying on the first station, so we will place the compass. So the compass is so placed on the plane table that needle floats centrally. So this will give me the direction of north. A fine pencil line is ruled against the long side of the box. So what I am doing, whenever I am starting the survey from the first point, so I will keep the rough compass on the board, and that will give me the direction of north. So I will first make a line and I will mark the direction of north by using compass, and I will mark that line by using pencil. At any other station where the table is to be oriented by turning it until needle floats centrally. So when I will shift to the next station, so the marked line that is giving me the direction of north, that I know, so I will use the compass and orient the table by using compass to that required direction. So when the compass is at the center, so that will give me the direction of the north. So the table is then clapped in that position. So what I have done, first I have started from first station, and at that station I have marked the position of north, and when I have shifted to the next station, so at this station I have used compass to orient my table. Next is orientation by back sighting. So basically what is back sighting, so we will sight the previous station, that means at the back, so that is called as back sighting. So what we will do, suppose this I have drawn the line, that means this is the point A and this I have transferred here on the sheet. So this point on the ground is capital A and on the sheet is small a. So I have drawn somewhere point B is somewhere here, let us suppose point B is somewhere here, somewhere here. So what I will do, I have measured this line from on the ground from capital A to capital B. Somewhat B will lie here, and I have drawn this line on the paper to some scale. Then I have got this line which is on the ground, which is capital AB. On the ground, on the paper I have got as small AB. Then I will move my table to the point B. Suppose this is point B on the ground. So suppose I just kept this table in this direction, then you know that this table is not oriented in the right direction. So what you will do, as you are on this station, you are on this station B, so you will put LED here on this AB, and you will rotate this table until this line is coincided with the line of sight of that LED. So you will get your table in this required direction. So what you have done, basically first you have shifted the table, and then you have rotated by using back sighting. That means you have sighted the previous station from the station on which you are performing the survey. Then your table is oriented in the right direction. In this way, the orientation can be done by using two methods. The first one is orientation by trough compass and the second one is orientation by back sighting. So बेसिकली हमने ट्रफ कंपास में क्या किया था, ट्रफ कंपास में हमने सबसे पहले एक स्टेशन पे हमने वहां पे नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन को मार्क कर लिया, पेंसिल कंपास की मदद से हमने पेंसिल से एक लाइन मार्क कर ली। फिर हम जैसे हम नेक्स्ट स्टेशन पे गए तो हमने वहां पर टेबल को ओरिएंटेशन के लिए एक हमने कंपास का यूज किया, और कंपास जैसे कि हमें नॉर्थ डायरेक्शन का बताएगा, तो जैसे ही हमारी जो लाइन है जो हमने मार्क करी है उस वो और कंपास के निडल जब सेंटर पे आ जाएंगे तो दैट विल गिव मी द डायरेक्शन ऑफ नॉर्थ। सेकेंड, ओरिएंटेशन बाय बैक साइटिंग। ओरिएंटेशन बाय बैक साइटिंग कैसे करेंगे, सबसे पहले मैंने एक बी पॉइंट एक ग्राउंड पे कुछ ये था, सो मैंने ये कुछ टू द स्केल पेपर पे ऐसा मार्क किया बी। अब मैं क्या करूंगा, जैसे ही मैं बी पॉइंट पे शिफ्ट होऊंगा तो आई विल कम हियर, ये जो पेपर है ये बी पॉइंट पे, ये यहाँ का मुझे ओरिएंटेशन नहीं पता है कि मेरे को राइट डायरेक्शन क्या होगा। सो व्हाट आई विल डू, मैं यहाँ पे कुछ एक एलिडेट रखूंगा हियर, मैं यहाँ पे एक एलिडेट रखूंगा इस पॉइंट पे बी पॉइंट पे, और मैं ए पॉइंट को साइड करूंगा दिस डायरेक्शन, और जैसे ही ये लाइन मुझे कॉन्साइड हो जाएगी, लाइन ऑफ साइट इनकी कॉन्साइड हो जाएगी, सो मेरा टेबल एक सही डायरेक्शन में ओरिएंट हो चुका होगा। नाउ वी हैव मेथड्स ऑफ प्लेन टेबलिंग। अब हम देखेंगे प्लेन टेबल सर्वेइंग हम करते कैसे हैं। अलग अलग मेथड्स हैं दैट वी विल सी वन बाय वन। इन टोटल देयर आर 4 मेथड्स। सो द फर्स्ट मेथड फॉर प्लेन टेबल सर्वेइंग इज रेडिएशन। पहला मेथड जो हम पढ़ेंगे दैट इज रेडिएशन। सेकंड मेथड फॉर प्लेन टेबल इज इंटरसेक्शन। थर्ड वन इज ट्रैवर्सिंग एंड द फोर्थ इज रिसेक्शन मेथड। सो बेसिकली हम देख रहे हैं कि प्लेन टेबल सर्वेइंग करने के हमारे पास 4 मेथड है। फर्स्ट वन इज रेडिएशन, सेकंड इज इंटरसेक्शन, थर्ड ट्रैवर्सिंग एंड फोर्थ रिसेक्शन। रेडिएशन एंड इंटरसेक्शन, दिस फर्स्ट टू मेथड्स, ये जो पहले दो हैं फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड, दीज आर जनरल एम्प्लॉयड फॉर लोकेटिंग द डिटेल्स। ये मेथड हम डिटेल्स पेपर पे लोकेट करने के लिए देखेंगे। और ट्रैवर्सिंग एंड रिसेक्शन आर यूज फॉर लोकेटिंग द प्लेन टेबल स्टेशंस। ऑलरेडी जो आपके पेपर पे जो आपको कुछ स्टेशंस पता होंगे उनको ग्राउंड पे कैसे आप लाएंगे, दैट यू विल यूज बाय ट्रैवर्सिंग एंड रिसेक्शन मेथड, दैट विल बी यूज्ड फॉर लोकेटिंग द प्लेन टेबल स्टेशंस। सो बेसिकली हम ये देखा कि ट्रैवर्सिंग और रिसेक्शन हम जो ऑलरेडी नोन पॉइंट्स हैं पेपर पे उनको हम ग्राउंड पे लाने के लिए ट्रैवर्सिंग और रिसेक्शन का यूज करेंगे। So now we will see the first method for plane table surveying, that is radiation. So in this method, a ray is drawn from the instrument station towards the point. The distance is measured between the instrument station and that point, and the point is located by plotting to some scale the distance so measured. Next, evidently the method is more suitable when the distances are small and one single instrument can't control the points to be dated. So basically in this method, we will draw the line of different points from a single point, of station. So this method is more suitable when the distances are small and one single instrument can control the points to be dated. So how in this method we will do the traversing, or the how we will do the surveying, that we will see in later slide. So the first method of plane table surveying is a radiation method. So what I am going to do in this method, सबसे पहले मैं पॉइंट जो कैपिटल टी एक पॉइंट में सिलेक्ट करूंगा जहां पे मैं टेबल सेट करूंगा. सो द फर्स्ट स्टेप इज set the table at T, level it and transfer the point onto the sheet by means of plumbing fog, thus getting point small t representing point capital T. सबसे पहले मैं एक पॉइंट जो कि कैपिटल T से जिसको मैं बता रहा हूँ जो कि कैपिटल T है ग्राउंड पे, वहां पे मैं अपना टेबल सबसे पहले सेट करूंगा. उसके बाद उस पॉइंट को मैं ट्रांसफर करूंगा अपनी शीट पे जिसको कि मैं रिप्रेजेंट करूंगा स्मॉल t से. और ये ट्रांसफर मैं किसकी मदद से करता हूँ, प्लम्बिंग फॉग की मदद से, जो कि मैं प्रीवियस स्लाइड्स में देखा था. उसका फंक्शन क्या होता है, पॉइंट्स को ट्रांसफर करना. अब मैं क्या करूंगा, एलिडेट जो है मेरे पास, एलिडेट को मैं रखूंगा स्मॉल टी पे और मैं अलग अलग पॉइंट्स को साइड करूंगा और एक लाइन ऑफ साइट ड्रॉ करूंगा. जैसे कि सबसे पहले मैं साइड करूंगा पॉइंट ए को, वहां से एक मैं लाइन पेपर पे ड्रॉ करूंगा डॉटेड कुछ इसी डायरेक्शन में, एलिडेट की डायरेक्शन में मैं ड्रॉ करूंगा. उसके बाद मैं स्मॉल टी से कैपिटल बी को साइड करूंगा और एक लाइन ड्रॉ करूंगा. उसी तरीके से मैं सभी स्टेशंस पे सी डी ई और एफ पे एक डॉटेड लाइन ड्रॉ कर लूंगा सभी स्टेशंस के तरफ. आफ्टर दैट मैं क्या करूँगा, ग्राउंड पे जाके मैं ये डिस्टेंसेस मेजर करूँगा, कैपिटल AT, BT, CD, अलग अलग स्टेशन से जो भी डिस्टेंस है उसको मैं मेजर करूँगा। उसके बाद एक मैं प्रॉपर स्केल लेके उन डिस्टेंसेस को अपने शीट पे प्लॉट करूँगा। तो जैसे ही मैं प्लॉट करूँगा तो मुझे कुछ स्मॉल पॉइंट्स मिल जाएंगे, उनको मैं डिनोट करूँगा स्मॉल लेटर से, दैट इज स्मॉल a, स्मॉल b, स्मॉल c, स्मॉल d, स्मॉल e एंड स्मॉल f. आफ्टर दैट आई विल ज्वाइन ऑल दिस पॉइंट्स. सो मुझे जो मेरा रिक्वायर्ड जो ट्रेवर्स था या रिक्वायर्ड जो मेरा फील्ड था वो मुझे इस पेपर शीट पे मुझे मिल जाएगा. सो मैंने क्या किया था, सबसे पहले एक कैपिटल टी पे टेबल को सेट करा था, उसके बाद सारे पॉइंट्स को साइड करा, एक मैंने डॉटेड लाइन ड्रॉ करी, उसके बाद इनकी लेंथ मैंने सबकी मेजर करके एक कुछ स्केल पे मैंने पेपर पे उन लोग को उन सारी डिस्टेंस को प्लॉट किया, और उसके बाद मुझे ये रिक्वायर्ड पॉइंट सारे मिल चुके थे जो कि मैंने स्मॉल लेटर से डिनोट किए, स्मॉल a, स्मॉल b, स्मॉल c, स्मॉल d, स्मॉल e एंड स्मॉल f. आफ्टर दैट मैंने सारे पॉइंट्स को ज्वाइन किया तो मेरा रिक्वायर्ड ट्रेवर्स जो था वो मुझे अपने पेपर पे मिल गया. सो दिस इज द रेडिएशन मेथड फॉर प्लेन टेबल सर्विंग. So the second method of plane table surveying is the intersection method. So intersection is resorted to when the distance between the point and the instrument station is either too large or can't be measured accurately due to some field conditions. So when you can't reach to the some points on the ground, so you will use the intersection method. So at least you need 2 points where you can reach to determine all the other points. The location of an object is determined by sighting at the object from 2 plane table stations and drawing the rays. So how this intersection method is done, that we will see later, but the only point that you have to remember in this is that this method can be adopted at the place where some station is inaccessible or where we can't place the table. The third point is the intersection of these rays will give the position of the object. So we will intersect the rays from the different stations to all the other stations, and we will intersect that rays to get at the traverse. So we will see in the next slide that how this is done. So how intersection method is done, we will see. So the very first step is set the table at A and transfer the point capital A onto the sheet by way of plumbing for clamp the table. So first we have kept our table at the point A and we have transferred this point on the paper as small a by using plumbing form. With the help of the trough compass, mark the north direction of the sheet. So we have marked the direction of north for orientation of the table. Next, pivoting the LED about A, side it to B, measure AB and plot it along the ray to get B. The baseline AB is thus drawn. So first what we will do, first we will draw this line AB. So what I have done, I have first I have kept the table at station A, I have sighted towards B and I have drawn this line AB to the scale. So this is known as baseline for the traverse. So the fourth point is pivoting the LED about A, side the distance C, D, E and draw corresponding rays. So what I have done, by putting the table at A or by keeping the table at A, I have sighted all these points and I have drawn the rays. So this is the ray for the point C, this I have got the ray for C, this is for D, this is for E, this is for F and this is for G. So I have drawn all these rays towards the different points of the traverse from first station. Then I will transfer my table to the point B and then I will first orient the table. That means I will keep the direction of the table in the north direction only, and again I will intersect. I will first sight all the points from station B. So I will draw all these lines. This is the line for C, this I will get for F, this for D, this for E and this for G. So when both these lines, the line for C from first station and the line for, this is the line for the station C from first and this is the line for C from the second. So So when where both these line will intersect, that will give me the point C. So in this way I will draw the traverse onto the paper. So what I have done, let me, so what I have done, first I have put the table at A and drawn this line, baseline AB. Then I cite different points from first station and then I transfer the table to the another station. Then I will cite all these points from this station also, and where the line of intersection of both these angle will intersect, so that will give me the point of that, the location of that point onto the paper, and I will join all these points to get the required traverse or the required field. So this is the third method of plane table surveying, that is traversing. So we have also seen what is traverse in the previous videos of compass surveying, that a series of connecting survey lines is called as traversing. So in this method, at each successive station the table is set. So we will set the table at each successive station. A fourth site is taken to the following station and its location is plotted by measuring the distance between the two stations as in the radiation method. So this method is somewhat similar to the radiation method, but we have a small difference that we will see. So traversing is not much different from radiation as far as working principles are concerned. The only difference is that in case of radiation, the observations are taken to those points which are to be detailed or mapped, while in case of traversing, the observations are made to those points which will subsequently be used as instrument stations. So this we will see when we will see the plotting of traversing by in plane table surveying. So now we will see how traversing is done. So the first step is set the table at A. Use plumbing form for transferring A onto the sheet. Draw the direction of magnetic meridian with the help of rough compass. So what we will do, first we will set the table at A. That is, we have done till here. First we have done this. So we have set this table at here, this at A, and for orientation purpose we have drawn the direction of magnetic meridian, or we have marked the direction of north by using rough compass. Second, with the elidate pivoted about A, site it to B and draw the ray. Measure AB and scale of small ab to some scale. Similarly, draw a ray towards E, measure E and plot E. So next what we will do, first we will draw this line small ab. We have drawn similarly as we have drawn in the method of radiation. So what we will do, first I will cite this station B from A and I will draw the line of this. Then I will plot the line to the scale. I will measure this AB and draw this small ab to the scale. Next what I will do, I will do the same for this previous station, that is E. This is called as E. So I will draw the length capital AE on the paper as to the scale as small AE, and I will mark both these points, small e and small b. Next what we will do, next I will shift the table to C, add to the next I will shift the table to B and set it, and then I will orient the table accurately by backsighting at A and will clamp the table. So I have done nothing but just I have oriented the table. Then pivoting the elidate about B side to C, measure BC and plot it on the drawn ray to the same scale. Similarly, the table can be sighted as station traverse is completed. So what we are doing, I am shifting the table from one point to the another and just sighting the next point. So when I was at A, I sighted both this point E and B. Then I shifted the table to the B. I have oriented the table, so I can orient by using rough compass, or I can also orient by using backsighting. Then I will sight this point C and similarly mark this point small c to the scale on the paper. Then I will shift to the point C and I will mark this point D, and then I will shift to point this D and join this E. So this will, if there is some error, so both this point E will not coincide. If there is some error, and if there is no error, so both this point will coincide. So in this way I have completed the method of traversing. So last method for the plane table surveying that I have is method of resection. So basically resection is the process of determining the plotted positions of the stations occupied by the plane table by means of sites taken towards known points, locations of which have been plotted. So basically resection में हम जो already plotted points हैं उन stations को हम identify करेंगे या उनको हम determine करेंगे. So this resection can be done in 4 ways. So the very first method or way is resection after orientation by compass. Second method is resection after orientation by backsighting. Third method is resection after orientation by 3-point problem. And the fourth one is resection after orientation by 2-point problem. So we will see all these in detail, and these both two, resection after orientation by compass and this second resection after orientation by backsighting, these are important from your examination point of view. So this method is utilized only for small scale or rough mapping for which the relatively large areas due to orienting with the compass needle would not impair the usefulness of the map. So this method is as follows. Okay, so let's see with the instrument station to be located on the plan. Let A and B two visible stations which have been plotted on the sheet as small a and b. So both these stations, capital A and capital B, are marked as small a and small b on the paper or sheet. So first we will set the table at C and orient it with the compass, and we will fix the table. So I will fix the table at this capital C on the field. Then pivoting the LED about A, draw a resector towards A. Then I will draw a resector toward A. That means I will draw somewhat line, this line. Similarly, I will sight B from B and draw a resector. Then I will sight the small b, capital B from B and draw a resector. The intersection of the two resectors will give me point C. So the resector from both these, from A and from B, will give me this point C. So I have done nothing but just drawn these two lines from different stations A and B, and where these points are intersecting, that will give me the point C. So now we will see the another method of resection, that is resection after orientation by backsighting. So if the table can be oriented by backsighting along a previously plotted backsighting line, the station can be located by the intersection of the backsighting line and the resector drawn through another known point. So how resection is done by after orientation by backsighting, that we will see in the next slide by using different steps. So this is the condition when we can do the resection after orientation by backsighting. So now we will see resection after orientation by backsighting. So the steps for the method are as follows. So first, let's see with the station to be located. Suppose we have to locate this station, that is C, on the plan, and A and B be two visual points which have been plotted on the sheet. So A and B ये दो stations हैं जो कि already plotted है हमारे sheet पे, और sheet पे जो उनका designation है, that is small a and small b. So first we will set the table at A. सबसे पहले हम इस A point पे, that means this, I will set this table to here, that is A. This point is A. So oriented by backsighting B along AB. So backsighting, जैसे कि मैं अभी ओरिएंटेशन लास्ट स्लाइड्स में आप लोगों को बताया था, मैं उसको बैकसाइटिंग के मदद से ओरिएंट कर लूँगा. दैट मीन्स आई विल फिक्स द डायरेक्शन ऑफ दिस टेबल. Then pivoting the LED at A side C and draw a ray, estimate roughly the position of C on this ray as C1. So मुझे C की पोजीशन मार्क करना है पेपर पे. सो मैं A से C की तरफ साइड करूंगा और एक रफ पोजीशन C की मैं मान लूंगा, दैट इज C1. C की पोजीशन कुछ यहाँ है, दैट इज C1. दिस इज अप्रोक्सीमेट पोजीशन. नेक्स्ट आई विल शिफ्ट द टेबल टू C. अब मैं टेबल को C पे शिफ्ट करूंगा एंड सेंटर इट अप्रोक्सीमेटली विद रिस्पेक्ट टू C1. अब प्लम्बिंग फॉर्म की मदद से मैं इसको कुछ अप्रोक्सीमेटली C1 पे इसको सेंटर करूंगा. नाउ आई विल कीप द एलईडी ऑन द लाइन C1A. अब मैं जो C1 जो मैंने रफली एक पॉइंट मार्क किया था वहां पे मैं एलईडी रखूंगा एंड ओरिएंट द टेबल बाय बैक साइटिंग एट A. डायरेक्शन विल बी सेम. सो मैं उसका ओरिएंटेशन बैक साइटिंग की मदद से C1A लाइन से उसका ओरिएंटेशन आई विल डू. देन आई विल क्लैम्प द टेबल विच हैज बीन ओरिएंटेड. अब मैं C1 पॉइंट पे टेबल को क्लैम्प कर दूंगा बिकॉज इट इज नाउ ओरिएंटेड. Pivoting the LED about B, side B, and draw the resector BB. That means this resector I will draw, and this will intersect this line C1A at this given point C. So this will give me the correct position of that instrument station, that is small c. So in this way I have performed a resection after orientation by back sighting. Thanks a lot for watching the video. If you have any doubt or any query, or if you have any suggestion regarding the video, so you can contact me at this given mobile number, or you can mail me your doubt or any suggestion or any query at the given email id, that is robinsinggurjar@stech.ac.in.